Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am doing our curriculum choices for 2020-2021. We're changing things up a bit this year than previous years. So we're adding quite a bit of workload this year than we normally do. Oh my goodness. Again, she makes an appearance. So yeah, let's just get into it. So this is for my son. He is grade 3 math, but he's doing, so his science curriculum is for grades 4 to 6. And some of his other workbooks, so his science and social studies is 4 to 6, but his math and language arts is grade 3. So you'll see it like a mixture of everything. If you're a homeschooler, you know how it is. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to read from this book every day. This is how we're going to start our morning. And it's 365 Days of Wonder. And it's just such a uplifting, well-written book. And the main book it's kind of based off of, Wonder, has won all kinds of awards and it's recommended by all kinds of teachers and stuff. So I thought I would give this a shot. So we're going to read this. The sketchbook is actually going to be for our nature studies. Now, we normally do more nature studies in the spring, summer, and fall than in the winter. We live in the Canadian prairies, so it's all just white. It's just snow. So there isn't much to observe other than snow and more snow and a few dead leaves and acorns. So starting right away in the spring, we're going to start doing our nature studies out of this. And essentially all it is we go for hikes, we go for walks. With Corona and COVID and all that stuff going on right now, they're slowly opening up parks and hiking trails and beaches. So I think a lot of it is going to be, we'll see what is least compromised in the way of people not listening to guidelines. If we decide we're going to drive up to the beach and it's crazy busy, we might just keep driving and find like a cute little picnic spot or whatever. But we're going to find a way, even if it's just sitting in our backyard watching the birds at the bird feeder or whatever. So we're going to get some nature studies in. Math is a big change for us this year. Sorry about the glare. We're doing Math Mammoth, and I've been wanting to do this for a while, but the website that it originally was on was giving me issues, so I never bought it. But they recently started selling this on Teacher Pay Teacher, and everybody knows I love that site. So when I saw it there, and I think it was around $30 for the download, I immediately clicked on it and bought it. So this is our math curriculum. I'll let you know halfway through the year how it is for us. We normally use Jump Math, and my son has been doing really well, but he's been finding Jump Math to be a little easy. And from what I understand, this is a little on the tougher scale of math, so I figure we would give it a shot. And for $30, if he doesn't like it, we can go back to Jump Math. And Jump Math is anywhere from $20 to $30 for their curriculum. So I'm not freaking out if this doesn't work for us. Where if it was a more expensive curriculum, I'd probably force us to get through it, even if we didn't really like it. You know what I mean? Like some of the other math curriculums are an arm and a leg. So that's what we're doing for math. These workbooks is mostly language arts and stuff like that. So we have grade 3 paragraph writing. So we're getting into writing paragraphs. My son has really started to fall in love with writing his own stories and stuff. So we're taking advantage of that. So we got the paragraphs. We got the grade 2 sentences. Now he kind of understands the basics of a sentence, but I just wanted to go over this as a review this summer before we jump into next year. The next few are just kind of review books. So we got A Warmer World, From Polar Bears to Butterflies and How Climate Change Has Affected Wildlife. I have several other books we haven't read yet that have to do with the environment and climate change and just being a more conscious person of what kind of a footprint you leave behind. So I think I'm going to turn that into a little mini unit. We got a couple of reference books. This one's about the human body. Now, I bought this on Amazon. Like lots of you, I'm sure. I'm kind of iffy on going into stores right now, just with everything. I mean, our area is pretty safe. We have 12 cases of COVID, nobody in the hospital, and we've gone about 10 days without any new cases. So I'm sure it's pretty safe to go anywhere, but I ordered a lot of this online or PDF downloads. So I didn't see this when I bought it, and it's a little more graphic than my son would like. Like, I can already tell some of these images might make him cringe, but oh well, we have it. Now I got the interactive science notebook. I don't know if we'll use it. I actually bought this on Scholar's Choice, and it was $2, and we love interactive notebooks, so I thought if I don't use it for my oldest, then I could probably use it for my youngest when he comes up to that grade. So spelling is also new this year. We are trying the Evan Moore spelling. It's very much like the Spectrum spelling, where you have 1 page a day you have to work through. So here are your words. So you just get like a list of your words for every week. And then you have days. So week 1 spelling. And then you just got some little work pages to fill out. So we're going to give this a shot this year. It was around the same price as a Spectrum spelling book. We got this, and it's the Canadian Media Literacy Activities Kate 3, and it just goes over identifying purpose for various media forms, creating media text, reflecting on media literacy skills and strategies, thinking critically about media messages. So it's just, in this day and age, everybody's on social media. My son sees me making YouTube videos. Even with games, like they're online chatting with other kids and stuff. So I thought that would be good. I bought the Canadian Geography Mapping Skills. This is like a really thin book. So I think maybe we'll just do this like once a week. But it also might be part of our social studies. So in the province I'm in Canada, geography is part of social studies. And this year for social studies, he's studying his country he's from, so Canada. And we learn about everything. So we learn about the laws and rights, the government bodies. We learn about the regions and territories and all that kind of stuff. So I bought this mainly to use in line with that. We got the grade 3 language arts from Spectrum. We've used it before, and it's fairly fast and simple. And that's why I like a lot of these workbooks, because even though it's a ton of workbooks, he can literally do his lesson in like 5 minutes. So every day he does language arts for about 5 minutes to get through a lesson. So every day he does one page of this, one page of this, and spelling, and all the things, right? So we have this reading from Spectrum. It's this, oh, excuse me, I got a hiccup. It's essentially like a reading comprehension program for grade 3. So you read from this, so you read this story, and then you fill out the questions. Read this story, fill out the questions. So that's how that is. And then I got a word study and phonics, which is going to go with our spelling and language arts. Again, one page. And it just goes over just words, how they're put together, how they're created, the sounds they make. Goes over irregular and plurals. It goes over all of the stuff all over again. So again, that's getting added into our language arts and writing practice. So that's our workbooks. I'm going to show you on my computer what we've downloaded for science and social studies there. But I also want to show you, oh, that's a horrible stacking job, these books we got. So some of them are reference books, some of them are just going to be little unit studies. So in science, we're going to be doing moon phases, and I found this super cute little book, and I figure it's a cute little story to go along with the moon phases. Talks about it. The one thing I like that I was able to find this year for our science and social studies is all the curriculum comes with like the information sheets, so you don't have to go out and go to the library and find books about moon cycles or about energy or matter, because it has, what did they call it? They call it, oh, I don't even know. I'll have to show you when we go look at them. But it has all the informational sheets there and tells you how to teach it, and it's perfect. So I got the moon. I got water is water. So this goes into water cycle, which we learned about in grade 1, but we're learning more about water erosion, about acid rain. We're touching up a little bit again about water cycle and about water plants and water filtration, so how it goes from rain or from the ocean or from a river to our taps. Everything robotics. And this is a great little reference book. The Thanksgiving story. Now this one is specifically for Canadian Thanksgiving. And if you don't think there's a difference, there is. There's a reason we celebrate it like in October. So, the Pilgrim's First Thanksgiving. This is just a general book about Thanksgiving. Celebrate Christmas. This is just celebrating Christmas around the world and the different holidays in December. So how every area kind of celebrates. Off to Class. This again is such a cute book, and there's a couple in this like by this author, but it's about how different kids around the world learn, how they get to school, maybe some of the struggles they have to go through, what their classes look like. So yeah, so I got that. How to Code. My son is really into video games and computers, and he really wants to make his own video games. And there is some very basic programs out there for children for coding. So I figure we should probably look and read into coding first before we buy those. So this is just going to be almost like our textbook for coding, and we'll read through the chapter together, or the page, or the lesson, and then I might try and find ways to kind of amp that up or use it in like everyday kind of lesson. Another basic book on robots, One Well, and again this goes into like the water filtration and electricity. So that is that. It looks like a ton. Honestly, I wish I could say it's the most we bought, but honestly, it's not. There's years where we've gotten way more books. But it is what it is when you're homeschooling. So that's what we got physically in our hands right now. I am going to show you what we got for our downloads for our other subjects. Okay guys, so this is the last couple things we're using for homeschooling this year. The first one is a poetry unit. It's 150 pages. It's from grades 3 to 6. And it was $12. And it covers a whole whack of different types of poetry. So the elements, the types of poems, quiz questions. I also have a bunch of poetry books downstairs that have just been sitting on our shelf. So I'm going to use those to pull from, and we'll probably do it once or twice a week, the poetry unit. The second one is the 19 Science Pack Mega Bundle. So it comes with 19 different units. And here's a brief look at them. So like animal adaptation, food chains and webs, biomes and aquatic biomes, rocks, minerals, soil, fossils, weather, water cycle, matter, solar systems, force of motion, human body, volcanoes. So there's 950 plus pages in here. So the thing I like, the reason I picked this, and this is quite expensive, so it's listed at $111. I paid about $50. Right now it's on sale for $69.99. But you get the worksheets, you get the answer key, you get a write-up of a weekly schedule, so what lessons you're doing when and how you're going to do it. But it also gives you reference pages, which they call them PowerPoint presentations, but I print them off and use them as large flashcards. So every unit will have, every day you'll have like anywhere from 3 to 6 of these flashcards full of information that the kid will read or you'll read to them, whatever it is. And I like to laminate them. You don't have to. You could put them in a binder with page protectors. And it holds all the information you need for that unit that day. So you don't have to go out and buy extra books about volcanoes, about rocks, about the solar system. There's no need for that. Everything is in this bundle, which is why I was okay paying so much money for it. Because if I went out and bought like at least 19 books, one for every unit, for information and resources to pull from for it, it would have cost me hundreds of dollars, like at least $300 or more, which I have done in previous years. I have bought the interactive notebooks and then gone out and sourced information references for that unit. And if I wasn't able to find it at a library, I would buy the book. And sometimes I would buy 1 or 2 books because I couldn't find what I needed. Where this has everything you need for those units. And I can use it multiple times. So that is why I spent so much money on this unit, which I normally don't do, but it saved me a ton of money instead of going out and buying a whole bunch of separate little books. The next one I got is set 1 to 9 of Canadian Social Studies, and it's grades 4 to 6. And it has 9 units, and we're going to do 1 unit a month, and it covers different subjects. So it covers Canadian government, physical regions, a physical region game, confederation, province and territories, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So that's that. And the last one is a social emotional learning and kindness curriculum. Interactive notebook. So it's called the Interactive Mindfulness Notebook. And I just wanted to do this. Not that I'm having any emotional or social issues with my son, but I just want to make sure that it doesn't come up. You know what I mean? Like, I feel that at this young age, it's really good to instill good mindfulness, right? Like, balancing your emotions and just creating kind, mindful, intelligent human beings. So I bought this. It was $10. It's from grades 2 to 5. And it's a little interactive notebook. And I'm not exactly sure. Let's see how many pages are in it. 65. So it's just going to be a small unit. We'll probably do it once a week kind of thing. And that's what we're doing this year for homeschooling. So if you liked it, smash all the buttons. I have a bunch more videos coming up. I'm going to do individual flip throughs of each unit I'm doing. So if you're interested, come back for those. And take care, guys. Bye.